Good morning and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Alyssa Azzara. Boston 25 News meteorologist Vicki Graff joins us now live. If you are hitting the rails, the roads, or the skies for an early start to your long weekend, you've got great weather in store. More breaking news: Boston public school contractor Transdev failed to keep proper track of bus accidents and whether bus drivers held proper credentials. Karen Reed and her attorney say they are considering all options when it comes to filing a lawsuit in connection to her prosecution in the John O'Keefe case. Reed and her lawyer Alan Jackson spoke to Howie Carr Thursday. Jackson did not go into specifics about who exactly Reed would sue. Reed said the investigation and trials over the last 4 years cost her career, car, house, and freedom. That's right, Catherine. BU did just confirm that one pedestrian has been killed after being hit by a BU shuttle. That's why we got that information from Boston University, and this entire area is blocked off right now. We are at Albany Street and Mass Ave. I want to give you a closer look at this scene. It's a very active investigation right now. Kelly, it was a chaotic scene here last night at this country club. Behind me, there was a wedding party going on when the shooting happened. Of course, a wedding is supposed to be one of the happiest moments of your life, but witnesses described running for their lives and looking for a safe space to hide. Here at NewPro's location in Woburn, it is a ghost town. There's not a single car in the parking lot, and when you head to the front door, it's locked. We haven't seen any employees go in or out. Take a look. Crews working to clear this massive tree from this family's driveway. It was completely blocking them off. They just got here just a short time ago. And then I want to take you just across the street here. We'll wait for this car. To this home. This is another tree down blocking this driveway. One high school senior here in Maynard worked very hard to bring this life-saving care and widen the access to this life-saving care, these AED machines. So now I'm joined by Sienna Hesbach. Tell me a little bit about why this was important for you. Yeah, Mark, less than a week since that devastating fire, and it is touching to see the support showing up here tonight. Hundreds of people from Providence to Boston, take a look, are waiting in line to get into this fundraiser, the line stretching around the corner. Catherine, the governor tells me Eversource's proposed rate hikes are outrageous. Now, these rate hikes still need to be approved by the Department of Public Utilities. She says she is urging DPU to scrutinize this proposal. I'm Boston 25 News reporter Alyssa Azzara in Brookline, where you may notice these blue bikes look a little bit different. It's in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and now every time you ride, you can help out a breast cancer patient right here in Massachusetts. Yeah, that's right, Rachel, and the energy here is high. This is the 51st year for the Boston Pops Fireworks Spectacular, and the show kicks off tonight at 7. Let me show you this stage, though, this spectacular stage, if I do say so myself.
I got back to the shop and I saw tears in my coworkers' eyes, and I'm like, oh no, this is not good.
NewPro employees now left without a job.
We're all at a loss.
And customers left in limbo, wondering what's going on, like Jim Bruner, who drove to the Woburn office Thursday, searching for answers.
We were supposed to have work done yesterday, starting yesterday, and nobody showed up. And so I started calling all the numbers I could find.
But those numbers led him nowhere. Now former employees of NewPro tell Boston 25 News the company closed its doors Tuesday. Some received emails notifying them. But Sean Compton says he was told in person to pack his bags.
There was no indication that this was going to happen. From what I saw, we were busy. We were about to hit our goals for the year. In like days. 2,500 employees nationwide, including 200 in Massachusetts, also won't have health insurance starting Friday. But Compton, who says he loved his job, is worried about customers relying on NewPro's services and those who already made payments. I probably have over $1 million worth of orders on my iPad with jobs that customers think have been ordered, and they're not ordered. Everything is basically canceled, from what I'm told. That we're just done. Customer Jim took out a loan to fix his bathroom, but he says he got lucky.
I'm thankful I haven't paid any money because I was going to start prepaying.
A source tells us NewPro was part of Renovo Home Partners, and Renovo filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, shutting down all 6 companies under it, including NewPro. Renovo is a private equity-backed company that took over in 2021.
NewPro was a family company built on morals and, honesty. And it changed very quickly to not that. unfortunately.
We did reach out to NewPro and Renovo Home Partners. We are waiting to hear back. In Woburn, Alyssa Azzara for your local station, Boston 25 News. Was she ever a veteran that you know of? Do you trust Lisa? She's your sister-in-law, right?
She is my sister-in-law, yes.
57-year-old Lisa Lagasse was hired as a science teacher at Haverhill High School back in September 2024. Now she's accused of lying about having a Purple Heart given to those wounded or killed while serving in the military.
There was a moment this morning where the detectives and police department, they went through her stuff on the dining room table, and all they saw was a plaque with her Purple Heart on it, and it's I briefly saw it myself.
Lagasse is also accused of lying about her college degrees to get a job. Her brother-in-law, Michael, says this all comes as a shock.
The thing I have to say is that it's very weird.
The Lowell woman pleaded not guilty in Salem Superior Court Friday to a list of charges, including identity fraud, stolen valor, reckless endangerment of a child, and larceny.
I never thought in a million years that this would ever happen, ever.
Haverhill Public Schools said it became aware of inconsistencies in Lagasse's background following an incident with her service animal in March. She was immediately placed on administrative leave. The department saying in a statement in part, quote, as soon as red flags surfaced, the district acted swiftly and responsibly, prioritizing the safety and trust of our students, families, and staff.
Most of the family, I would have to say, really doesn't trust her that much. I'm not sure if I trust her that much, but she tries to make things work. She works hard. She just has ways of doing things that most of us are not aware of.
The school department says at the time Lagasse was hired, she did have a valid teacher's license and her references were checked with other school departments. Now, before she worked here, she was with Worcester Public Schools and the Lowell School District. She's due back in court at the end of July. In Haverhill, I'm Alyssa Azzara reporting for your local station, Boston 25 News. Yeah, Ted, they made their way here to the police department, then City Hall for a protest. They say it's to take a stand for change here at the Haverhill Police Department. They're also demanding justice for 43-year-old Francis Gigalotti, who they say was a family man and a kind-hearted person.
Hey, ho, ho. Those police have got to go.
Calls for change outside of the Haverhill Police Department Sunday afternoon.
People don't deserve this. This can't go on like this. We need justice. We are seeking legal action.
We are his voice. Everybody here is his support. And they need to hear that we're not letting this go silently.
Say something to the family!
Friends and family are just starting to grieve the loss of 43-year-old Francis Gigalotti. The Essex County DA says Francis was pronounced dead at the hospital after a struggle with officers outside of Bradford Seafood Friday night. The incident captured on cell phone video.
He should be here with us. He should be here with us right now.
Michelle Rooney, the fiance of Francis, emotional during the protest as she describes a phone call with Francis moments before the encounter.
He said, come get me. I says, where are you? He goes, I'm at Bradford Seafood. You got to get here. They're going to kill me. I go, who's going to kill you?
By the time Rooney got to the restaurant, she says it was too late.
When I got there and there was 7 or 8 cops on top of him, and he's yelling, help me, I can't breathe. And then he just went limp and he was blue.
The DA and Haverhill police say officers first responded to White Street for a man acting erratic, weaving in and out of traffic. Another cell phone video shows Francis running from police before heading to Bradford Seafood. His family says Francis struggled with his mental health.
Francis did have a lot of mental health issues and just needed help.
He was a good man, a good friend, good stepfather, good son, good uncle. Everyone loved him.
We learned tonight in a new statement from the DA's office that each of the officers involved will be interviewed in the investigation that's already underway. The investigation will also conduct an autopsy to figure out his cause of death. We're live in Haverhill tonight. Alyssa Azzara for your local station, Boston 25 News.
Jeffrey did everything full throttle, as fast as possible, and nearly always with his mouth open. The hardest thing in choosing a photograph was trying to find photographs of him with his mouth closed, because he was just, everything was passionate for him.
Jeffrey Andrews had an enormous love for life. He was a devoted husband to his wife, Gentry. The two are expecting a baby girl this October.
She was early enough that he felt her kick, so at least he felt that.
Jeffrey's uncle, Simon Andrews, says his nephew was a well-rounded family man, a friend, and he was smart, working as a scientist at MIT Lincoln Laboratory.
And he was a rising star that won a lot of awards there.
Taking after his father, Jeffrey also loved flying. Simon says Jeffrey was an experienced pilot of nearly 13 years.
Anyone that could have been more suited to being a pilot is hard to imagine. If anyone could have got out of this situation, it was Jeffrey. He even had some aerobatic training, so he knew his way around a plane.
On Thursday, Simon says Jeffrey decided to fly to a camping trip in Vermont with a friend. He was flying a Mooney M20 aircraft, a small plane Simon says his nephew preferred to fly.
Facing some intermittent engine issues. Gonna head up a little bit and turn back.
R73 Mike, roger.
Just before 8 a.m., the NTSB says the plane crashed on the side of Sam Fonzo Drive. Just after taking off from Beverly Regional Airport, Jeffrey died on scene.
As far as we can tell, it was just catastrophic engine failure. The plane had only just been recertified 3 weeks ago, so it was certified as safe to fly, and this was the first trip he'd taken since then.
Now, a GoFundMe has been set up to raise money for Jeffrey's wife, Gentry, and their baby as the Andrews family tries to push forward.
You wake up as a perfect family one morning, and then suddenly there's an enormous hole that can never be filled.
We have a link to that GoFundMe on our website, boston25news.com. Meanwhile, the NTSB is investigating the cause of the crash. We can a preliminary report next month, but we do know that Jeffrey called the tower for help, saying he was having engine issues. In Beverly, Alyssa Azzara for your local station, Boston 25 News. Elliot Kerman has been playing the bass for 9 years now, and at 17 years old, his talents are radiating from the inside of Jordan Hall.
It's always been an instrument that I've been attracted to. I really like the sound.
As you watch Elliot, you would never know he once had life-saving surgery. Dr. Terry Buckmiller says at 8 months old, Elliot had a rare mass on his lung. She performed his surgery, removing half of his left lung,
leaving the normal lung to grow and expand and keep you very healthy. So that was a big surgery.
All these years later, the two are performing together for the first time. Elliot's a part of Project STEP, a nonprofit providing classical string training to students, and Dr. Buckmiller plays violin with the Longwood Symphony.
To find out that we had this amazing connection through music, that you've been able to live your life and pursue a passion that we share is incredibly special.
It's a full circle moment for the pair, sharing their love for the orchestra. But the past is something Elliot says he'll never forget.
I have a scar under my arm, and it's a good reminder to know that there are people that watch out for you and they take care of you and make sure that you're doing all right.
It's undeniable that the two have a special connection that now lives on through music, which Elliot says he's grateful for.
Thank you, Dr. Buckmiller.
You're so welcome, Elliot. It makes me so happy.
After high school, Elliot hopes to go to college and study music. On scene in Boston, Alyssa Azzara for your local station, Boston 25 News.